I think you need to work more on your cardio listening to you after climbing in and out of the hatch.
It's called cardi-no, Steve.
Cardi-no, okay. Right. 27 litre V12 petrol takes a hell of a lot of feeding, so to get this thing going we've got to squirt a bit of fuel into the intake, and we do that through the primer system. I'm just going to make sure that fuel tank feed is on, because without that turned on the fun will stop real fast. So we unscrew the primer. So this is like a giant syringe that takes fuel out of the fuel tank and then squirts it into the intake, but I've got to hold down the primer valve at the same time, so I've got to push down on that nice and hard, and then you work this until you start hearing some really nice slurping noises. Alright, there we go. It's like priming an old Kero lamp. We've got to make sure the valve is pulled out, otherwise it'll probably explode or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
which we don't want.
No, we don't want that. On.
The company that makes the leather trim on this is still in business and makes seat covers for Rolls-Royce.
You're kidding? Wow.
I am, yeah.
Ah.
First thing to always do is make sure you've got good hydraulics, that somebody hasn't gone and stolen all of the fluid out of the system and added air instead, because without hydraulics the tank's not going to work. You can't stop it or steer it or do anything like that. Make sure that the red light is on, or amber light showing that the system's energised. Turn the mag switch to hot. Set a bit of choke. Adjust the hand throttle to my calibrated mark. Easy startup procedure. Check again, got brake pressure. It's in neutral. Ear protection. Now I've got to reach around behind me to the starter button. And you ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3, contact. Sick of that.
Happy with how that ran, Steve?
You can tell by the stupid grin plastered all over my face that I never get tired of driving this thing. It really is a magnificent unit.
steaming like an actual meteor.
It is actually like
that's
a
made impact.
meteor that's come down to Earth and it's made a massive impact.
Steve, we're in the Hetzer. How do we get this thing moving?
Right, two-man job. So I need you manning the rear station here to operate and hold the choke out a little bit. But also, we've got the panel off there. I want you to keep an eye on the carburetor and the engine there to make sure it's not gushing fuel out so it doesn't catch fire. And should it catch fire, we need to be serious about this. I've got a CO2 fire extinguisher outside just in case.
All right.
Turn on the isolator. And fuel tank is already selected to the correct fuel tank that we're running off.
So just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Yep.
Keep an eye on the carburetor. Starting. Yeah, beauty.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I'm just priming the clutch system because it's a pre-selector. You shift the gear selector and then this is actually a gear change pedal. So now that I've pushed on the pedal, when I release the pedal, it'll actually engage in the gear. Right. And if you watch me when I go into second, I'll shift it into second, then I'll just hit the change pedal and it'll go into second.
All right, let's see it.